In this video, we're going to go over how to get started selling hosting and maintenance packages for your WordPress clients. So if you're a WordPress developer, WordPress designer, general marketer, or even a freelancer that works on WordPress sites and you want to sell hosting and maintenance packages to your clients, then this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to get started, what I currently do, and other tips and tricks for you to be successful. So the first thing I would say is you need to outline a hosting and maintenance package. Now I'm going to put this hosting and maintenance package that I've used in the description box below. And also you can download it as a PDF if you want to use this as a template. For us, we sell our hosting and maintenance packages with hosting, but then we also include 3 hours per month with our hosting package. So for example, we charge $250 a month for our cheapest hosting plan. So we're essentially using third-party hosting provider that is on our account that we pay for, but then we're having our client site being on that and the client pays us. And with that, we also add an additional 3 hours per month that we give to the client, and they have to reach out to us to use those hours. Well, let me explain. Let's say you launched a site for a client a couple months ago and you've already been paid for that site, but then they keep reaching out about a couple really minor things. So what I would recommend is for the first, maybe 1, possibly 2, to do those tasks if they're super simple. But then if they keep reaching out, say, hey, I have a hosting and maintenance package and we would have to, you have to get on this if you want to keep using our services. This is very important. If you don't do this, you're going to keep doing free work. So a hosting and maintenance package is the great way to stop doing free work. So the second tip I would say is to not do the hosting yourself. So don't set up a server in the middle of, Minnesota or wherever you are, and that's the only server that you have. I personally use Kinsta to set up all of my client sites, but I've also used WP Engine. If you want to use Kinsta, I'll put the link in the description box below and on the screen now. And the reason I use Kinsta is because it has daily backups, it has a content delivery network, 24/7 support that I literally can chat with support rep at any hours of the day and night if anything happens to my client's site. And also it's just peace of mind. I'm paying a premium for Kinsta. My clients are also paying me a premium because it's, a one site plan on Kinsta is $35 a month, but I'm charging my client $250 for the minimum plan. They're expecting high quality service. I'm providing a high quality service, but I also am giving them kind of a deal in terms of my hosting and maintenance clients because I usually charge $100 an hour, but they are getting those 3 hours for that $250 price plus hosting. So the third tip I have is to offer free migrations. So, you might be in a scenario where a client says, hey, I already have hosting with GoDaddy. Can you, still do a maintenance package for me and then discount it because I already have hosting covered? This is a hard no because the majority of issues I have seen or ran into have been with using a bunch of different hosting providers. If you just choose one high quality hosting provider and then tell your client that you'll offer to migrate their site for them to, your hosting provider, it's worth it at the end of the day. You're not running around trying to find login credentials, having to email or worse, call and text your client to get the, one-time passcode to log into their GoDaddy account or whatever it is. Offer your client that you'll migrate the site. And what I like to do is if they want to sign on to it, say I'll do a free migration, tell them within, 3 to 5 business days, we'll migrate it. I'll copy their site to my hosting provider, give them a link. Does everything look good? And then I'll do the migration, usually, not during business hours, and then it'll be on my server. And the cool thing about Kinsta is they do free migration. So if you're worried about, migrating someone's site, Kinsta does do free migrations. So you can basically just have Kinsta migrate your client's site for you. I do also recommend, trying to figure out how to, manually migrate it if you have to do that anytime. You probably won't have to do that, but it's just something that's good to know. Other tip I have is to charge on a subscription. So the biggest thing is just taking this hosting and maintenance package and putting it on your website. So for our website, we have, this pricing plans page. And what we do is we just have these things broken up into 3 different tiers, and people can choose what package they want. And they subscribe, it's through WooCommerce subscriptions and Stripe, but you can also use like Stripe pricing tables. You can use WP Simple Pay, Easy Digital Downloads, whatever you want to use. So the reason we do everything, through a subscription and through, the client entering their credit card on our site is because we want to avoid, having to call a client to get a check. I know this sounds crazy, but the amount of times, even a couple of years ago, we're at to call clients and say that a check is, 7 to 10 days late. And even though, it's only $250 for, maybe that hosting plan a month, it does add up and it gets annoying. Get everything, on a subscription online and say that it's part of your company policy that everyone does it through a subscription online. Halftime. If you're enjoying this video, if you could please do me a favor and click that like and click that subscribe. And also, if you are getting value out of this, leave me a comment below, as it helps the YouTube algorithm. And most of my viewers of my videos do not subscribe or leave any comments, and it helps me hopefully get to 10,000 subscribers this year. So thanks everybody, have a great rest of your day and enjoy the rest of the video. The other tip I have is to offer, monthly packages, and then also have the toggle to offer yearly packages. So this is very important because if you just give the client the option to subscribe on a yearly basis, they may do it. I remember me and my brother, when we first put up the monthly yearly, we didn't know if anyone would click yearly. We got 2 people to pay yearly, and that was really nice because, they saved 2 months free, so they got a good deal, but then we also are getting that revenue. Obviously, we still have to do the hosting and the maintenance work for that full next year, but it's nice to get that revenue right away. The next thing I want to do is you need to reach out to probably your best or your most friendliest client or the best relationship you have. Focus on just getting one person on your hosting and maintenance package. This will give you the confidence to reach out to other clients, and I'll expand more on that later. But here's a sample email that I sent to one of my first clients to get them to subscribe. And then after I got one, I reached out to the next couple people, and I was kind of scared that everyone would say that they only can write checks and they won't subscribe, online, but no one did. So I will put that email template that I used in the description box if you guys want to check it out, and hopefully this is helpful. The next tip I want to say is to only do hosting for your current clients or people that you have worked with before and you've built their website. And I'm saying this, only do this almost always, because the thing I've ran into is that if you've never worked with someone else's site, but you have them onto your hosting and maintenance package before, or you haven't built their site, only trouble can happen. You might update one little thing and then their site breaks. But if you built the site originally, you know how it all works. So it makes it a lot easier to host and maintain that site. The other tip I have is to not have hours roll over. So on our maintenance packages, we offer, 3 hours per month, 10 hours per month, and then 25 hours per month. Clients may ask, if I don't use, the 3 hours in January, can I use them in February? The answer is no. We can't have hours roll over, or else we won't be able to plan how we're going to do our work if, they wait to the last month and then now they want to have us do 30 hours in a month. So I've had times where people probably reach out to us only once or twice a year, but they're still paying that, monthly subscription of $250 or $1,000 a month or whatever it is, but they only reach out 1 or 2 times a year. But then you also have those situations where clients are always reaching out. So make sure that if they do go over their hours, you write them a notice that they have been over their hours. And from now on, you will charge, whatever your hourly rate is for every hour they go over. So here's another email template that I will put in the description box for you guys to check out of how to write that email that they have gone over their hours for the month. So that's super important. The other tip I have is to try to get this, set up before they launch their site. Ideally, your client should always know that you have a hosting and maintenance package. So maybe it's a couple weeks before you're planning to launch the site or you're working on the site. Tell them that you have a hosting and maintenance package, and if they want to opt in after you launch the site, let them know that if they don't, opt into your hosting and maintenance package, you won't be able to service them after the site, or they need to be on, or they have to pay your hourly rate. Another good way to do this is if your client's reaching out a couple weeks after and they're having a bunch of issues, or their site has gone down, or their hosting provider is awful, make sure to bring that up that, you can host the site. It's going to be like the same price in terms of what they're paying for your hours, but you're going to have them on your own hosting provider. And that just makes it easier for them to trust you and do more work for you in the future. Okay, another tip is to don't do email hosting. I usually just recommend clients use Google Suite or Outlook, whatever they're using. Don't bother with doing email setup. The other thing is don't sell them really bad hosting provider for them to sign up with. Basically, what you want to do is you want to own the hosting maintenance package of this. So they're paying you basically to make sure that their site is always up, always updated and ready to go. Don't fall into the trap of doing like really cheap hosting and just referring them and not managing it. So they're paying you a premium, you're paying a premium to Kinsta or whatever you want to use. I use Kinsta, but that's how I would do it. So maybe this is helpful to do it. And I think a lot of people, they undersell their services, or they are scared about having their first, getting their first client. But some other tips I have is to create a PDF of your maintenance and hosting package. I have a link in the description box, but this is helpful to attach to the emails and also can be used to leave at meetings. For example, if I have a meeting with the client before the website launches, I can print this off and give it to them. Who knows, they might have this, hand and paper if people still do meetings, but that's another way to do this. So that's basically it, guys. We personally basically just set up a pricing page. We have 3 different packages, and then we also just have our sites on Kinsta. So we started with like just 1 site, then we had 5 sites, 10 sites, 20 sites, or every maintenance client that signs on, we just add their site. So you might have to, manually add sites and increase that up. But the key is here to start small and to resell that hosting for a profit, but you're also doing that hourly work. But hopefully this video has been helpful. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.